I think this project is necessary, not only a good idea, but I think creating a safe and moderated space for youth is very, very important and necessary.
I think it's definitely necessary that we have creative spaces for youth to kind of express ideas freely and openly.
What I'm excited that this project can do, and that ties in with like my philosophy of education, is really how can this experience be an experience that is also transformative to you personally? How do we look at youth, at students, not only as students or youth, but as people, as whole complex individuals?
We just know media is such an integral part of our students' lives and teenagers' lives, and it's more important than ever to kind of create that space where they can create and drive the narrative of what they're hearing and seeing. They truly need representation in that space where they live.
Because in the internet climate now, the stream of information is so constant and overwhelming. And so by creating this network of youth, I think it's super important, because that way there's a safe discussion space to see if sources are trustworthy, and there's a nice kind of, I don't know how to say it, but the sense of community that gets made, and I think that's incredible.
Just speaking to my personal experience of working in broadcast work for 4 years in school, I love the opportunity to kind of creatively express myself, but I felt that I was still limited in terms of the type of content I could create and the kind of conversations I wanted to have. I feel like having like a teen media network would allow us to have the conversations and talk about the topics that we're not normally able to have.
I don't like the word saying empower someone, because we don't need to give the power to anyone. They already have it. So it's kind of just like to remind them that they have it. In order to achieve that, we need to trust them first, that they're able to do and capable of doing things.
I guess I had a question for these young people, because I've been interested that after a safe space has been created, there is sometimes uncertainty about what they want to say in it.
I think it'd be an amazing thing to have a platform to talk about such issues that are normally controversial or being like under attack in terms of like a lot of the laws that are being passed, a lot of the things that we're seeing in the media and the news about crazy things that are happening nowadays. So I think having a safe space to facilitate conversations or create media, about such topics would be extremely necessary and vital.
The ability to be able to discuss these controversial or touchy subjects with a more global perspective is definitely something that I think is very, very interesting and important. Using something that applies to me as a woman in Mexico, there's a lot of issues surrounding women's rights and feminism and those kinds of things. And so to have this platform to be able not only to discuss topics like this with people from all over the world and see how those issues affect them, but also to have the opportunity to then, through those discussions, have an access for creativity and for a way to express these emotions through creativity. I think that's huge and very, very important and very cool as well.
What kind of creative expression draws you for work around examining gender issues in an international perspective? Like, what kind of stuff would you like to make?
I feel that the really interesting thing about having this space is that there's really no bounds to what you can make. Not necessarily like something tangible and physical. Since I'm going to be studying graphic design, something in that area I think would be very cool. Or like Abigail was saying, making documentaries, especially having the perspectives of all of these people, I think would be very interesting to see. And I think what's also very cool about this project is that the way we connect gives us this opportunity to discuss what types of creative media we could make. And I think that's very cool.
And going to film school in the fall and potentially pursuing a career as a writer and director, I feel like this can give me a space and a platform to see what type of content I can create, what kind of voices I want to, platform and work with in the future. I think this is extremely vital, moving in the direction of, progressive media, platforming a lot of diverse young voices. I think this is an extremely cool project. I'm excited to join.
There is a future here if we keep working together, and I think that we don't have to get discouraged and keep working, right? And creating and having fun. I think that is the most important thing.
And even then, just by allowing something like this, which is very simple in a way, I think it's very powerful. Like immediately while we were introducing ourselves, Abigail and I already made a connection. We were like, oh, we're gonna be in the same city in the fall. So in that way, there's already a connection that has been made, and that's tremendous. And so I think that this project is very cool because of that.